the main focus now, Akshita, is whether other cities could be next. Kyiv is under siege. You just heard from Sergei. He says that they're expecting a siege right now, but they're going to stand fighting. Kharkiv, very, very heavy fighting on all through the last 72 hours. Kharkiv has been one of the main focuses. Kherson, as we just told you, is perhaps the first major urban center. It's a big city, 2.5 lakh people who live there. Has apparently fallen to Russian forces. Severodonetsk is also in the south. It has a border towards the south. Shelling is apparently on in that particular area. Mariupol, our viewers who've been watching our coverage, familiar with the city because that's where India Today's reporters were during the beginning part of the war, is also being bombarded. They barely were able to get out of there. Okhtirka near the Russian border also being shelled. Berdyansk is also under siege at this point of time, even though it is still in Ukrainian control. So that's a recap of the different cities in Ukraine that are currently either under siege or have already fallen, Akshita, to Russian control.
So you've got, in fact, a number of cities now, parts of particularly eastern Ukraine, as Shiv just showed you here, under Russian control. And many of these places are completely now under Russian control. There are troops on the ground here. Right now, we also want to focus on what's happening in the city of Kharkiv. There's been intense fighting, Shiv, as you've been showing through yesterday as well, for this particular city. Ukrainians are giving it back. Russia is pounding left, right and center into Kharkiv. And on your screens right now, we're getting images. These are very, very telling images of what Ukraine looked like before the war and what it looks like now. This is a TV tower in Kyiv. It was targeted on Tuesday with an airstrike and was completely blown to bits. Look at how things looked before the war versus now in Kyiv. And I want to now focus on the next set, which focuses on the city of Kharkiv as well, Shiv.
The city of Kharkiv, the contrast couldn't be more painful. That's what Kharkiv looked like on a normal day, and that's Kharkiv what it looked like yesterday. Those images coming in yesterday, a total hellscape after incessant shelling in parts of the city. Many parts of the city, I should tell you, are still intact, still standing, but the parts that have been hit are completely devastated, like this contrast shows you right here in this, the second largest city in Ukraine.
Complete ghost town, really, that Kharkiv has become. A bustling city with so much happening around, as you see there on the left of your screens. On the right, the roads now are filled with nothing but debris. This is one of the most integral parts of Kharkiv. In the center is that massive government building that was targeted 2 days ago, and that's led to the roads being filled with rubble, being filled with debris. This area is what was considered to be the heart of the city, in Freedom Square, where there'd be a lot of activity. All the big universities, government buildings were all based there. Look at it today. It's a sorry state, as you see, nothing but rubble and debris all around.
Haunting, desolate streets in different parts of the country. Kharkiv, an urban center, a metropolitan city with over 1 million people there, bearing the full brunt of the Russian Empire. The kind of damage being done in different parts of the city being captured in this latest set of before and after images shows you just what this city is facing. People are fleeing in panic. Very few are actually choosing to stay behind and fight, as the city is on the threshold, perhaps, of being taken over by Russians. They're hitting it constantly. The psychological damage on the people of this place is also really bad.
And let's get you some of the images. Let's get you some of those images that we're putting out on our screens right now of what cities look like before and after this invasion. This is the capital city of Kyiv. Lots of high rises, the skyline usually dotted with these amazing tall buildings. All of those now have been destroyed. Many of those, rather, have been destroyed, Shiv. And, you know, it's tragic, really, to see those beautiful architectural designs being ruined, like in Kharkiv here.
These old Soviet-style buildings. I mean, this is just take a look at this contrast. I mean, this before and after is hair-raising. This is Kharkiv, big, beautiful Soviet-style government building. This is what it looked like a few days ago, and that image was what it was like after. Here is Ivan-Kyiv as well, near Kyiv. One particular establishment. Here's what it looked like before. The very same building. That's what we've tried to do here on India Today, is to show you the precise locations, not just a general location, to give you a precise idea of the contrast. Mykolaiv is another big city. Here's before, and here's what it looks like now.
So as we get to those images, this is Chernihiv, where we've been seeing a lot of images also coming in. Look at it. It's green. It's full of activity. It's almost like a tourist hub. And now look at this. Plumes of smoke coming out. The entire landscape they painted grey. And this is an image that perhaps will stick with us as to what exactly the impact of war is.
Chernihiv, very much like Kharkiv, is also a city that's close to the Russian border. And that's where we're getting these pictures from. Bombardment coming in from across the border in Russia. Serhiy Mirenkov continues to be with us from the city of Kyiv. Serhiy, you know, every time we come to our reporters in Kyiv, we hear the air raid sirens. You know, we know that a lot of people are sitting in their bomb shelters right now. Are there more attacks expected in Kyiv today? Serhiy, I think your phone is on mute.
I'm okay. I hear you properly. You hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, Serhiy.
Yeah. I was telling that people are ready for any kind of situation. Therefore, they have safe places. They know exactly what to do, what to take with themselves, what all the protocols of protection. So everybody's okay. Yes, we are expecting about the new attacks, but what can we do? They are flying. We are here on the ground. No problem with this.
Amazing to hear you, Serhiy, because I think you're an epitome of what the spirit of the Ukrainian is, something the world has been talking about in the last many days. You're saying, you know, that we're here, we're going to fight it out, we're going to ensure Russia doesn't get an inch of Kyiv. How are you based right now? Where are people staying? You're saying many men have come back, they're getting armed, they're ready to fight back. But where are they staying? Are they staying in their homes because of, you know, reports coming in of airstrikes, of missile attacks happening? Is it safe?
It's not safe, but as soon as we have an Air Force strike, we got a notification, we got a sirens. People know what to do. They are going to the safe places. And those people who are on their duties, they are waiting for the ending of the air attack on the ground near to their position. So no problem with this. And what about and you asked me about the spirit? Listen, the spirit is that we are on our land and we didn't want this fight. They started first, and due to our history, persons who are coming first to our territory with bad things in the head, they're ending very, very bad. Trust me, we will stay here and nobody will take our culture, our religion, our hopes and fears. We will be here and we will show to all the world what kind of people we are and what kind of people everybody should be. Don't be afraid of the enemy. Fight for your land, for your motherland, and for all the cultural things that you're having in your head and in your family and in the past. Thank you.
Serhiy, you know, we've been seeing pictures of the Russian tanks and the long line of Russian tanks and convoy that is headed towards Kyiv. Yesterday it was said to be about 25 to 30 kilometers away. Where is it now? Has it slowed down? What is the status of that?
I'm sure they are on the same places where they were staying before in 40 kilometers, and I hope so that in few hours they will be somewhere in 70 kilometers, 100 kilometers, etc., etc., etc.
Are they not coming closer to Kyiv? Are you saying that they're moving away?
I'm saying that our militaries don't give them come much more closer. That's what I'm saying. They're here, but they're planning to move out. That's all.
Serhiy, you're saying you're going to fight back. You're saying you're not going to allow them to enter Kyiv. Are you armed too? Have you been able to, you know, reach out, get the weapons you need to be able to fight back? Because you're saying you're not moving out of Kyiv anytime now.
Yes, I am. I'm armed. And many of my friends are armed and ready to fight and protection the civilians.
Have there been incidents right now in Kyiv itself, Serhiy, of residential buildings, of civilian settlements being targeted by Russians?
I can't comment it for sure. As I said before, I hear the information about the rocket attack on the railway station. Give me more information, I will check. I can't say it properly because, you know, if I said there is some problems, it will be false. I don't want to make a deep fake for my friends in India. Sorry.
No problem. We understand. Serhiy, can you tell us where you are in Kyiv? If it's possible, can you show us around you? I can see that it's pretty empty there, completely desolate where you are. Is that right?
It's not empty right now. I'm on the left bank on the beautiful territory with full of greenery. People are starting to travel from left bank to the right bank. Foods are coming, water is coming, like everything is working. People start doing their jobs. Of course, there are less public transportation, but it's working. It's free for all the users. It helps everybody to move to the safe place, move to the other places. It's the morning. You see the dogs. The dogs are also walking around here. Everything is fine. Like, people truly believe that nobody will fight here, or if somebody will come, we're ready for this.
Serhiy, what about food and water? Is there enough food and water in Kyiv? It's a big city, of course. That shouldn't be too much of a problem for the next few days. But, there is a sense that the city might be surrounded and there might be a food and water problem like there is in Kharkiv. Is there a preparation for that?
I tell you the truth. It's full of Kyiv is full of food and water. Everything is okay with this. The biggest problem is the fakes that Russian, internet users are trying to share with Ukrainians. They're trying to make panic that there is no food, no water, everybody died. No problem with this. We're staying in the lines. Everything is safe. 10 people are coming into the store, quickly doing their all, that they buy what they need. No panic. Everything is okay. It's not cold. Everybody is communicating. Everybody is chilling in these lines, waiting for the food.
Okay, Serhiy, if you can turn the camera around so we can see you. I also wanted to ask you, about the arms and weapons that are coming in from the other countries. Is Kyiv well defended? Because Ukraine will need more weapons for the fight over the next few days.
I can tell that Ukraine is a unique country with the unique landscapes, and of course for the defenses, it's also good, working good. We know that the help from the border coming to us. We appreciate all the countries who share with us our problem, and we are hoping that armory and the other things will coming soon in Kyiv, in other regions, and everybody will feel they're much more protective than the day before.
Serhiy, just follow up with Shiv's question there. Are you happy? Are Ukrainians happy with the kind of support you've received from the world, from countries like the United States?
I can't tell you like the whole my people. I can tell only about myself.
Sure.
I feel that it's a new century begin, not only for Ukrainians but for the whole world. And this is a chance for everybody to us to stop, look around, understand what were happening in the past, many years ago, 1,000 years ago, 100 years ago, and what we have right now. Now we are one country, one people. We know what we want, and we know that nobody will help us until we ourselves try to help and to protect our land, our borders, our territory. And we appreciate all the people who are sharing this with us, all our thoughts, all their praise. And we will win, and the Europe will win, and the Asia will win. Everybody will win as soon as we will finish this war, and the Russian Federation will move out from our territory to its borders, give back to Japan their territories, etc., etc., etc. We must stay together against this regime in Russia.
Okay, I'll say it again, Serhiy. We truly laud your spirit. You're out there saying, you're not going to back off, no need to panic. You're out there with a bunch of friends, as you say, and you will fight back against Russia. Thanks, Serhiy. Stay safe out there. We'll keep coming across to you. Reporting live there from Kyiv for India Today, Serhiy telling us what's playing out in the capital city.